A secret meeting occurred in the summer of 1905, made up of 29 prominent Black intellectuals. The overall purpose was to form an organization that would provide a militant alternative to Washington called Niagara Movement. This group would be representative of the community of the elite African Americans.
African American group, our manifesto will read, "We claim for ourselves every single right that belongs to a free-born American, political, civil, and social. And until we get these rights, we will never cease to protest and assail the ears of America. The battle we wage is not for ourselves alone, but for all true Americans. It is a fight for ideals, lest this, our common fatherland, falls to its founding, become in truth the land of the thief and home of the slave. A byword and a hissing among the nations for its sounding pretensions and pitiful accomplishment."
However, their policies appeared good and many small branches were created. There was poor organization and funds.
You can't stop the movement. My policies will help African Americans in the ways that you can.
I will make sure no one will support me.
Unfortunately, Washington undermined the dead organization, ensuring they gained no publicity in the press. At World Anti-Slavery Convention in London, a secret meeting was held outside.
No right to sit in at a convention for slavery. How will America progress forward? This needs to be fixed. Women need rights. We should call together a convention.
8 years later, it came out as a spontaneous event.
This convention to discuss the social, civil, and religious condition and rights of women. Elizabeth Stanton has written a declaration of sentiments, and all who agree are encouraged to sign their names. There's Elizabeth.
In the course of human events, it becomes necessary for one portion of the family of man to assume among the people of the earth a position different from that in which they have occupied. We hold these truths to be self-evident that all men and women are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain inalienable rights.
The declaration included injuries and usurpations with the same number as charges leveled against the King of England. She made the argument that women had a natural right to equality in all spheres.
On the subject of women's suffrage, there appears to be a disagreement. Does anyone have any input? There. Douglas.
Yes, I do. I believe a discussion on the rights of animals would be regarded with far more complacency by many of what are called the wise and good of our land, than would be discussion of the rights of women.
Frederick Douglass, a former slave, swayed the gathering into agreeing to the resolution. 100 men and women signed the Seneca Falls Declaration.
The Niagara movement created 30 small branches at the local level, but their disorganization and lack of press caused little progressive movement. However, after the Springfield race riot of 1908, white liberals joined and founded the NAACP. The Niagara movement was for Black rights, while the Seneca Falls Convention was created to help women. This convention led way for future women's rights conventions. The Declaration of Sentiments became the blueprint for women's rights. It included injustices inflicted on women and called for women to petition for rights and equality. The Seneca Falls Convention gained lots of publicity in the press. James Gordon Bennett, motivated by derision, even printed the entire Declaration of Sentiments. Because of the publicity and necessity for women's rights, larger conventions were held annually, which became an important focus for growing movements. Both helped further rights for the minorities and made the public understand how women and African Americans felt and the way that they were treated. The Niagara movement did not get much press, but the Seneca Falls Convention did. Both were created by people who wanted to make a difference and see change in the way people were viewed in the United States. The Seneca Falls Convention was established for women's rights, while the Niagara movement was created for African Americans. There used to be different problems in America in the 18th and 19th centuries. As we look back today on the organizations that helped, we discover who really helped move America forward. The Niagara movement did not accomplish a lot, although the Seneca Falls Convention moved the women's rights movement in a positive direction. Still, America would not be the same without them.